Hey everyone, this is Dr. Lakeisha J. Cole of thefaithoutcome.com, and I have already posted a number of videos, but I am choosing to do this special video because I continue to realize that it is not about me. My gifts, my talents, they are not about me. And I continue to realize this because where I am today in my life and what I have done, the good things that I've done, have shown me that there are people out there who appreciate me, appreciate my talent, appreciate the gifts that I have been provided from above, and my decision to choose to use the gifts that God has given me. And there are people who really need the gifts that we have. And when we choose to share them every day, every moment that we choose to share them, to exercise our gifts, it is making a difference in somebody's life. It is so much bigger than putting out a video and how many people view it and this and that. It is really deeper than that. And there are people out here who we don't know, we've never met, and they're inspired and touched by what we're doing. And I really felt inspired to do this. It is in line with what I've been experiencing and dealing with privately about sharing my gifts. All good, okay? I don't want it to seem like it's not. It's all good. And I continue to just receive the inspiration that I need to continue to share. And I'm sitting here right now working on a new project, and I, just like many of you, have a busy schedule. Things are changing for me now, very quickly, very fast, and I am I'm learning to fit it all in. I'm trying to discover what I need to do to fit everything in, and I'm getting it all in. But people are just really responding positively to my materials, my books, my videos, and it's a responsibility. Sharing your gifts is a responsibility, but let me go ahead and get to the message. The message is continuously. You must find a way to forgive yourself, to love yourself, to reach deep within yourself. Find out what you are here for. Because if you don't love yourself, if you don't care about yourself, if you're surrounded by people who are making you believe that you have no love for yourself, you have no reason to love yourself because of what you did back in the day, or a mistake that you've made, or the imperfections, let me tell you something. You look at the camera and you look at me. You are forgivable. Now, that doesn't mean that you live in an unrealistic reality, or me either. That doesn't mean that people are not going to think that you're unforgivable. It doesn't mean that people are going to forgive you. It doesn't mean that everybody's going to love you. It doesn't mean that everybody's going to like you. It doesn't mean that you're not going to be talked about like a dog. It doesn't mean that people are going to throw you away because of past mistakes, past failures, doing things, acting out in ways that were selfish and thoughtless and careless and evil and unkind and whatever, whatever. Selfish. You were hurting, you were in pain, and you didn't think about your actions. You just acted in ways to satisfy yourself. And then you thought about it later in life and maybe you changed from that, but it doesn't mean that people are going to forgive you. But this is about you. Forget everybody else. This is about you. You have a right to love yourself. You have a right to forgive yourself. It doesn't mean that you didn't do things that were ugly, that didn't hurt people, that didn't leave people with pain because of something that you've done. But you still have a right to forgive yourself. You still have a right to move forward. You owe it to yourself to forgive yourself so that you can be better, so that you can live a better life. And you know what? Most of the people in the world today who are out there judging everybody and mad with the world because of something that somebody did to you, you've done something to somebody else too. I continue to say, and I'm going to keep saying it. I know you don't think that you've hurt somebody, but you have. You've done something that has hurt somebody. You've done something that was harmful to somebody else. I have, and you have. And we all still deserve to forgive ourselves. And for those people, this video, if it's not for you, then move on. Okay? I'm very nice. I'm a very sweet person. But at the same time, I'm on a mission. I have a purpose. And there are people out there whose lives are worth living. And they're sitting here thinking about harming themselves because of something that they did long time ago. And they're surrounded by people who don't want them to believe that they have the right to be forgiven. You need to keep your focus on God. You need to keep your eyes on how God feels about you. If you have a hard time forgiving yourself, think about how God feels about you. Whether you do right, whether you do wrong, whether you make a mistake, God still loves you. And until you start looking at how God feels about you and stop worrying about what other people saying about you, how they feel about you, oh, she ain't this or he ain't that, or okay, then let them live their lives looking at you, judging you, hating you, and you look at yourself in the mirror and you see how God feels about you. God is not throwing you away because of your mistakes. It's some of the same people who will try to encourage you and inspire you to feel good about yourself are sometimes the main people who will turn their back and throw you away and talk about you and be fake and all that stuff in your face. No. You deserve to be loved. And if you have a hard time loving yourself, look at God and how God feels about you. Take your eyes off of people who are negative, people who don't like you, people who are talking about you, people who are not forgiving you, and they're never going to forgive you. Take your eyes off of them They're not the only people in the world who feel like that. There are a lot of people in the world who feel that way about you or somebody else, and you can't change them. Unfortunately, they have the right to feel like that. It may hurt your feelings, it may not help you, but you still can move on and you can still have a great life. But you have to see yourself as somebody who is important. It doesn't mean that you're not acknowledging that you haven't lived a perfect life. But if you want to sit in that spot for the rest of your life and listen to everybody who tells you that you're nothing and you're not worth forgiving and you can't move on because of what you did, it's still your choice. You can listen to them and you can feel miserable because that's all you're going to do. If you hate yourself, you're going to feel miserable. I'm sorry, you're not going to get the best out of your life if you hate yourself. You're just not. Because for one, you're not even looking at yourself. That's why people wonder, they say things like, oh, well, this person has it so easy, or this person is so lucky, or this person didn't go through what I go through. Well, wake up and welcome to the real world. We all go through different experiences. And some of them are very painful. But you still, at some point in your life, you're going to be exposed to somebody and something that is going to show you that you can feel different about yourself than the negative way that you may feel. There's going to be a resource out there somewhere. It may not come from your family. I keep saying that. It may not come from your family. It may not be your family members who are going to encourage you and believe in you and tell you that they love you and tell you that you can be anything and do anything and you can be redeemed and you can have grace and favor and all that. It may not come from them. Again, it may come from one of your teachers, an educator, somebody in the school system. Maybe you're in college. Maybe you're in elementary school. Maybe you're in middle school, high school. Maybe you're an adult who's been working in the world for many years and you still internally feel like this about yourself. One thing I do love, and I'm going to give myself flowers for, is I think universally. My material is for everybody. It's for anybody. Because we all, as human beings, we all need help. We all have made mistakes. We all experience things that are challenging for us, that are hard for us. We deal with things every day. There are people right now who can't stand to see you coming. They can't stand working with you at the job. And then they look in your face and they smile, or they don't look in your face at all. They ignore you, or when you're around, they call you out in front of other employees. And it may happen like that in your family, around your friends, the circle of people that you hang around. My point is that you can't stop. You can't stop how somebody else chooses to live their life. But you can choose how you live your life. You can choose how you feel about yourself. And if you don't feel good about yourself, it's something that you're around that is continuing to poison and put toxins in your mind about yourself. And you have to get away from them. If you don't get away from them, you're never going to think differently. If you don't embrace positive content, if you think, well, the only people that can inspire me are my family members, you're thinking wrong. You better get whatever you can that's positive and good, that is available for you. Whoever is feeding you in inspiration, then you just better be glad for it. But again, It's not their responsibility. It's nobody's responsibility to pump you like a drug and make you feel good about yourself. You have to find it from within so that it'll stick. And if you don't know, again, yes, I continue to say, go to thefaithoutcome.com. Get my books. Read them a page at a time. Even if you just read one page a day. Get around some resources that are positive, that can feed you, that can nourish your spirit and your soul, so that you can do something with your life, so you can feel good about your life. I'm not going to shortchange myself. I'm good at this. This is what I was created to do. I motivate, I inspire, I encourage, and it's authentic. It is real. It is genuine. I love doing that. Am I perfect? Have I lived perfect? Absolutely not. Have I been disappointed in myself? Absolutely. Absolutely. But I have reached a level in life that I know I have to move on. I have to move on from my past mistakes. I have to move on from my past failures. I had to forgive myself and make a change. You can't go back. I'm telling you, you can't go back. Everything that you've done, anything that you've done that you don't like, that was a disappointment, you can't go back and change it. But you can forgive yourself and you can turn around and don't go down that road no more. You can turn your life around and don't hang out with them people no more. I'm not in that circle no more. I'm not hanging around things that I know are toxic for me, because it's not people. You can't blame people for your decisions. It's not people who caused me to do things that made me feel disappointed in myself. It's time to let people off the hook. You make your own choices. You make your own decisions. And sometimes those decisions are motivated by the environments that you've been around, but it's still your choice. And it's okay to be honest with yourself about that, because you can change. You can love yourself. You deserve the right to love yourself. And whatever is in your mind telling you that you don't deserve to love yourself, you better stop listening to those negative thoughts. You better recognize and acknowledge, this is not a good thought. This is not coming from a good place. And I'm not going to listen to this. I don't care if everybody, everywhere you go, doesn't like you and they talk about you. Then start looking in a different direction. If they on the left talking about you, start looking to the right. If they behind you, move forward and walk forward. Leave. Do whatever you have to do to put yourself in the environment. And you know what? When you look back, you'll say, I did what I had to do for me, so that I can grow and I can flourish and my spirit can be nourished. That's a decision you have to make. If you want people to take advantage of you and treat you bad, and you want to sit up under it and tell yourself that that's what you deserve, then that's on you. Stop getting mad at people for how they treat you. If you allow them to treat you that way, then okay. Acknowledge that, you know what, I haven't graduated to the level that I need to be, where I can love myself enough not to allow myself to be treated a certain way. Or if you continue to make poor choices because of whatever excuse you give yourself, then you have to be truthful about that. I'm still allowing myself to think that this poor behavior is good for me. Stop telling yourself it don't matter how you live. You can do what you want to do. No, you can't. You can do what you want to do. That's not good for you, and it's going to come with bad consequences, and then you're going to be hurting. And you're better than that. I'm here to tell you to love yourself. Read the materials that I have written in the books that I have written at thefaithoutcome.com. There is no AI. That's the spirit flowing through me. The spirit of good, the spirit of positivity flowing through me. My gifts flowing through me. No AI, honey, with none of it. That's me. And the spirit that comes over me that uses my physical body to do it. Love yourself. Give yourself a chance. One day at a time. One day at a time. If you messed up yesterday, today is a new day. Start loving yourself today. Don't look back. It's gone. It's gone. Other people gonna talk about it. They're gonna talk about it forever. Let them talk about it forever. You move forward from it so that you can live. That's what you do. And then you take one day at a time, one day every single day. Start seeing your life different. Start changing your life. And you're going to start slowly. You'll start seeing it improve. You'll start seeing that now you're feeling better about yourself. Now you feel like you can forgive yourself. Now you feel like you deserve to have something better. It's not going to happen overnight. It's a process. But you can do it and you deserve it. This is Dr. Lakeisha J. Cole of thefaithoutcome.com. If you choose to see this video and it touches you and you ignore it, then that's another thing. Look at yourself and realize that you don't want to help yourself. You don't want to allow the change and the new direction that's tugging on you so that you can feel better. Think about it. Have a good night.